Greetings, viewers. For this video, just a couple concepts. I want to flag two concepts which are foundational to what Uplink is hoping to achieve in terms of video game criticism over the next 5 years. And these two concepts relate to each other. Each is sort of the antipode of the other in a lot of ways. The first concept is the world of the 8 billion. Now, we actually don't have 8 billion people on our planet just yet. The world population is 7.7 billion. We will reach 8 billion at some point. What is not widely understood or known in many first world countries is that actually world population growth has been slowing down considerably. There's been massive change in the industrializing world. People are having smaller families and they're planning their families, and fertility rates have dropped all across the world dramatically over the last 40 years. And the remaining population growth will happen mostly because populations are living longer, and so there's a population of older adults that's still alive. And so it looks like countries are still growing, but they're actually not. Even big countries like India are now approaching the replacement rate. That means that the new babies born equal the old people dying off every single year. And it's just that because the life expectancy continues to rise, that people are living a little bit longer, and that means that they're still around. You can count them, and it looks like your population is increasing, but it's not. Okay, so the population growth is stabilizing. The latest estimates are that the world will stabilize around 9 to 9.5 billion people around 2050, and it's extremely unlikely that the human race will ever hit 10 billion. So this is sort of an absolute limit on our numbers in the 21st century. The second concept, which relates very close to this world of 8 billion people, is exponential world. Exponential world basically means that this world of 8 billion people lives in a time of continuous change, and change which is not linear, not a straight line, not a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but discontinuous change, very rapid change which starts small and get little, and all of a sudden there's this massive jump in transformation, and then disruption, and then people have to deal with that, and then acceptance or rejection of whatever new is happening. Now, this is a very old theme in human history. You can trace it back to the dawn of the capitalist world system in 1492 or the mid-15th century, or arbitrarily put it at any point in human history, because human beings have always been learning and been dynamic, and there's always been some form of change happening. But what is new about exponential world is that the 8 billion are now participants in this. We are all tied to digital media. We're tied to digital platforms. Our economy is digital through and through. We're all citizens of the digital commons to some extent or another. And what that means is that we are all co-participants in these no longer linear changes. This also has to do with the fact that the world has urbanized. So most people live in cities. Most people have access to mass media, have smartphones, are literate, do some kind of office job or work in a factory, or just don't do agricultural labor on farms anymore. So what that means is we have a fundamentally different situation for culture, art, science, and this is particularly important for video games, interactive media. In fact, video games are sort of the beneficiary of both of those. In terms of scale, video games are sort of, because they're born digital, they're designed to be the art form of the 8 billion, because they can go anywhere on any platform, and they can be as complex as you want or as simple as you want. They're also uniquely suited to both embody and drive forwards exponential change in many, many strange ways. Video games are both agents of change, but they're also the result of exponential changes on many levels. Now, as to what that means precisely, next video.